Dan Campbell is cool with Seattle running up the yards and the score. And we got a Rams draft pick we need to talk about. Let's get into it.
Did you realize that you were a champion in their eyes?
Hello, everyone. My name is Derek, and welcome back to the Gridiron Blitz. On this channel, we do predominantly Detroit Lions content with some NFL and college live streams as well. Speaking of live streams, we got a bunch to do this week. And then Monday night, we have the college playoff game right here at about 7:45, 8 o'clock. We'll be getting on. So if that's your thing, you like live streams, you love the game of football, subscribe to the YouTube channel and come back for more content. Dan Campbell is okay with Seattle running up the yards. And if they would have scored at the end of that game, too, they had already put up a 50 burger on us, with the potential to put up 57, 58 points, even 59. He was okay with that. Now, this information comes from an article on NFL.com. Dan Campbell said, the way I look at it, that is, well, if you don't like it, you better stop it then. And hey, man, kudos. And to be honest with you, if they would have run it in at the end, I wouldn't have had a problem with that either. It's up to us to stop them. There's 60 minutes of game clock. So if you got a problem, then why don't you stop it? Otherwise, they'll just keep pouring it on. So no, I don't have a problem with that. Isn't that just like our coach, Dan Campbell, from biting kneecaps on the way down and on the way up? He's like, listen, if the players don't like them piling up the score, running yards, then they need to stop them. And you know, you look at it one way and you're like, you know, they're running up the score, or they're showing off, or it's bad sportsmanship. But it's kind of like, if you don't want it to happen, you need to stop it. And the Lions could not stop anything on Sunday. We have the third worst pass defense in the league, and our running game at the end of the season, with a lot of the starters and key players being out. We had Will Harris back at cornerback, and he's a safety. I'm not sure how the Lions players felt about that, but Coach Campbell's like, listen, you want them to stop scoring on you, then you need to stop them. And that's that. So I can roll with that, man. So that leads me to think that the Detroit Lions, with the third worst secondary, pretty much pass defense in the NFL, who will they take in this NFL draft? Now the Lions are solidified, as we talked about in yesterday's video, to have the number 2 pick in this year's draft, with the hopes, just the off chance that Jacksonville can beat Indianapolis and we lose to Green Bay, as we are expected to do, then we would go back to hold the number 1 pick. Now, I'm okay with the number 2 pick because that'll give us some variety, but then maybe not, because if the Jaguars decide to go with the lineman, an offensive lineman that is, then we'll be stuck with that position of who do we take, Thibodeau or Hutchinson. You guys know me. I want Hutchinson with that first round pick. So that leads me to believe that Dan Campbell could either take a safety or a pass rusher with that first round pick. As a matter of fact, we could take whichever one we don't take with the first round pick, we could take with the second first round pick. Because if we are going to disrupt the passer to create opportunities for our secondary, in order to step that up, we need somebody in the secondary and somebody who can get and disrupt the quarterback. So I think we all pretty much knew that a defensive end was on the market. Now, I'm going to sway defensive end because that's what I wanted since the time we've been on YouTube. I want a pure defensive end. I like Hutchinson over Thibodeau for that reason. He's got the size, and I like what he brings to the table. Now, if you look at what Brad Holmes likes, he likes versatility, and as MicroMike would tell you, he loves his Oregon Ducks. So that's going to be intriguing. But I believe that the Lions are going to have to get some personnel to get in that backfield. And then once we do that, if the quarterback does get the ball off, then we got somebody in that secondary like a Jamal Adams or something like that can really disrupt Minka Fitzpatrick, those guys. So that's just my take on what I think the Lions are going to do. And I agree with Dan Campbell. You want them to stop running up the score, you got to stop them. Simple as that. Jared Goff, who has not played in the last couple of weeks, says he wants to play for the season finale. And I can't be mad at him. Just like Aaron Rodgers on the other side of that with the Green Bay Packers, he wants to play. Now, it's Aaron Rodgers will probably play a quarter. I can't see him playing any more than that. Can't get, the face of the franchise hurt. Got the number 1 seed locked up. There's no reason to be out there more than 1 quarter. But I don't think he wants the Detroit Lions to beat him. So on the other side of that, Jared Goff wants to make sure he gets out there now. Now, Jared Goff was on the COVID-19 list coming out of that victory over the Arizona Cardinals. And since then, we thought it was maybe some lingering effects, but it's been his knee. His knee actually was hurt in that victory over the Arizona Cardinals and has not healed to the extent that they would like. So Dan Campbell said that he's out there throwing and he's taking reps. So I'm not sure. I feel like Jared Goff is going to start at least and play. You got to remember, this is the last time that Jared Goff will take the field. So there's no worse way than to go out. Not only did you miss the last 2 games, you're going to miss the season finale, or the next time you'll see any action like this really is next September, during the preseason, August, September, around there. So, and it seems like from what Dan Campbell was saying, he's taking those reps and he's going to try to do it. Then I suspect then that should happen. So Jared Goff should be out there to at least start the game. And when it comes to draft picks, just to go back to that for a second, the Detroit Lions receive a second first-round draft pick for the Matthew Stafford trade. Now, currently, the LA Rams are the 2nd seed in the NFC, with the Packers having locked up the first. Now, with a win over the San Francisco 49ers on Sunday, the LA Rams can secure that 2nd seed, which means that right now they would probably host the Philadelphia Eagles, but they're going to be hosting either the San Francisco 49ers, the Philadelphia Eagles, or the New Orleans Saints. On the other side, if they lose that game and the Arizona Cardinals win their game, then the Cardinals would win the West, the Rams would drop down to 5. And right now, they would have to go in, and I believe if I read this correctly, they would have to actually go into Dallas. How ironic would that be? We all know what happened the last time Matthew Stafford had to go in to Jerry World and play the Dallas Cowboys. Now, it was a different quarterback back then, but we know what the result was. So it's a lot on the line in Week 18 for the LA Rams. So obviously, we know right now that the Detroit Lions draft pick from the LA Rams will be no higher than 21. If the Rams are the first team eliminated from the playoffs, then that's when that 21st pick would come in. But it all depends on how the NFL decides to time these games. Wild Card Weekend is going to be spread over 3 days. There'll be 2 games on Saturday, 3 games on Sunday, and then 1 game on Monday. So if they were to put the Rams on Monday, then 5 games will already have happened. 5 teams will already be eliminated. So that means that the Rams would be maybe 26, 27, somewhere around there. That'll be the highest that the Detroit Lions can pick. So keep an eye after this weekend for the time and the positioning of those games, because that'll tell us whether we're going to have pick number 21 possibly or pick number 26. So let me know in the comments below. What do you think? What pick do you think we're going to have when it's all said and done from the LA Rams? But I know that we'll be keeping up with this as the weeks progress. My name is Derek. This is the Gridiron Blitz. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, because we are less than 20 away from 25.4 thousand subscribers, and we are trying to get there before the weekend. So you could help me out. I would appreciate that. Thumbs up the video as well. So Detroit Lions fans, we're almost there to our favorite time of the year, the off season. That's when we can put in our minds what we hope and think our team is going to be before the reality of August sets in. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself. I'll see you in the next video. Go Lions.